Okay. Come to the middle of our mat. Okay, just settle down. So we're just going to move the hips just from side to side. Just wake up the back, knees are soft, and just move gently from side to side. There's no right or wrong way to do this, okay? So just move, just waking up the hip, just pressing it out to the side. Body nice and relaxed, head nice and relaxed. Just press. Okay, just widen the feet a little bit more. Just allow the knees to go soft and just roll the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pulling them down. Rolling them up to your ears, opening out the chest, pulling that shoulder blade down. Lift, pull, and down. Keep it going. Keep those shoulders rolling. Okay, hold it there. Again, the knees are soft, so we're kind of in that, kind of almost a kind of loose leg position, okay? So we're not standing up. We're pulling up through the core, turning that chin round to the shoulder, and then moving through to the opposite side. And make sure we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just getting everything to move. We've just got out of bed, most of us. Okay, tuck the chin down, give yourself a double chin, and then open up to the ceiling. Again, drop that chin, and open up to the ceiling. Okay, we're going to take one hand up, just press it up to the ceiling. Bring it back down again, take the other hand up to the ceiling, and just press. Really pushing through the waist, opening out the rib cage, being as long as we can and just flowing from side to side. Really feel the stretch running all the way from the heel. Big reach. And hold it there. Okay, we're going to take both hands up. And all we're going to do is just place one hand on top of the other, and we're just going to lean over just to one side. And then go back through the middle, over to the opposite side. Again, try not to lean forwards or backwards, knees are staying soft. And then go back to the opposite side. And the other side. Bring it to the middle, and then just allow the hands just to fall down nice and loose, okay? Again, take the feet a little bit wider apart. We're just going to open up through the hips, through the back, okay? So we're just going to go down, and we're just going to hold down here with our hands. Just round out the back, fingertips on the floor, and then coming all the way back up again. So we're not looking to go super fast, okay? So just coming down, rounding out, dropping the shoulders, knees are bent, and then pressing up again, nice and tall. So you're kind of rounding everything over, almost in a hunch position, allowing that neck to be long, hands dip into the middle, and then reach back up again. We'll do one more. So bringing it down, allowing those knees to drop, head just curl over, and then coming all the way back up again, and then drop the hands, okay? So from here, still with soft knees, we're just going to do a forward fold. So we're just going to go over the top, and we're just going to hang those hands. So knees are soft. Some of you will be able to put your fingertips on, some of you will be hanging just above. Just go to a point where you feel comfy, okay? So I can put my hands onto the ground, but my knees are bent. And all I want you to do is just move through the hips. So the knees are bent, we're just opening out the hips, opening out, just rocking from side to side. So my knees aren't locked, and I'm just moving through. Just waking up my inner thigh, my hamstrings, my lower back, and I'm just moving from side to side. And just curl all the way and stand back up again. Now, if you need to, if your feet aren't wide enough, just reposition them. Again, soft knees, and we're just going to lean forward again, and we're looking, so you should feel it through this area, into the hamstrings, and also the lower back. So just folding forward, my knees are soft, and I'm just pressing through, and just moving my hips from side to side. Just small movements. Again, there's no right or wrong way of doing this, okay? And then just bend the knees a little bit, so we're just opening out the hips, and you're aiming to try and have your hands onto the floor, so just opening out those hips. And then just press them back up again. And then slowly lower it back down again. And then just try and press the hips back up again. Lower down. Someone's just dropped off the call. I'm just going to try and let them back in. So just dropping down. And then opening out those hips, okay? You're in that little kind of squat position, pressing them up, and then lowering back down again. Press those hips up, and lower back down again. Now, I want you just to keep the knees soft, one hand on the floor, and we're going to just turn and open out, following the hand all the way above. So we're going into a tripod. Now, if you can, try and push the hips up, and look to straighten the legs, okay? So we're stretching through the back. Bring that hand back down again. Now I want you to just walk the hands over to one of your ankles, okay? And just look to try and drop that head towards that knee. Again, the knees can be slightly soft. And we're just holding in this position, okay? Not looking to rush anything through. Staying here. Just place the hands either side of the foot. What we're going to do is you're just going to come up and we're going to turn both the feet round. So we're in what's called a pyramid position, okay? So we've turned our hips around. So if you see, I've moved round. My knees slightly bent. And I'm just over the top. So I'm just stretching out my back and my legs. I'm just going to try and take my forehead to my knee a bit more, bending my arms, pressing my hips up. Then I'm going to push up onto my heel, and I'm going to walk back round through the middle. And then we're going to come all the way back up just to recenter ourselves, okay? So we're going to go back down again, and we're going to work on the opposite side. So my knees are slightly soft, and I'm going to fold forward from the hip. So just rounding over, hands down onto the floor, okay? And then I'm going to keep one hand in the middle, and I'm going to turn and follow, opening out my chest, and I'm going to look to try and straighten my legs. So into my tripod position. Just holding there. And then lower that hand back down again. Just going to walk across just to my ankle. And then I'm just going to try and take my head into my ankle. Again, you can soften the knees, but you're pressing your body over just to one side, okay? Take the hands either side, go up onto your heels, and we're just going to turn around. So we're just changing the stretch slightly. So we're bringing in the lower leg. My front knee is slightly bent, and my hands are either side, and my hip is pushed up. So we're going into what's called pyramid. Just holding the position, trying to take that forehead into the knee, stretching out the hips, stretching out the legs. And up onto my heel, turning back, and just walking my hands back through the middle, and then coming all the way up. And again, just move the hip from side to side. We should feel a little bit looser through here. So the legs should feel a little bit warmer. My hips and my lower back should also feel a little bit better. Okay, just walk the feet in and just come to the end of your mat, okay? So from here, we're going to step into our warrior one position, okay? So we're going to take a big step forward, bend the knee and raise the arms. My back heel is lifted, my knee is bent, and I'm pressing up to the ceiling, being nice and long. Just turning out into our warrior two, so take that back foot, open out the hip, hands are shoulder height. Just again, holding here, opening out the hip, so both my feet are onto the floor. And we're going to slide that hand down the back and just open up. So we're just turning our shoulders, leaning back, and then opening up through the chest, lifting the chin. And then rolling all the way over, tucking that hand in and over the top. So stretching from the heel of the back foot. My hand isn't down and bent, stretching all the way up diagonally to the ceiling. And then coming up to here. Okay, just bring the leg in slightly. We're going to go into our warrior three position, but I want to go from here because we're going to add in another move today, if we can, called the dancer. So just leaning forward, so you've got the weight. We're going to go up into that warrior three. So we're going to lean forward, and then we're going to look to reach those hands out in front of us. Just looking to hold position, big stretch, and then come back up again. This time, we're going to keep the hands by our sides. So we're just working on that core being tight and leg, and we're just going to hold into this position. Working on that standing leg, opening out the hip, being as nice and long. And coming back up again. Okay, so we're going to bring our dancer move in. So what we're going to try to do is go into a warrior three position. So stepping, and we're going to go forward. We're going to take just one hand out in front of us. So we've just got the pendulum move. Now from here, you're going to look to take your foot behind you. So just going to go into this position to begin with. So the heel is bent and we're just folding and I'm falling over. So again, just try and get into position. So we're leaning forward. This is all about experimenting, having a little bit of fun. Okay, so we're looking to hold both sides. And then from here, if you can, you're looking to open out. Now I can't balance this morning. It's too early. It worked yesterday. So I'm going to try and get into my position. Lift my hip and just holding onto my foot. So I'm just looking to open out and then just bring my leg up. Let's hold it there. Okay, I'm going to let you just try. Again, every time I look at the screen, I wobble, so I'm not going to look at the screen. So, rocking forward, my arm is out. I'm going to take my heel into my butt, and I'm just going to hold it there. Looking to open out the hip, bring it up, and then try and straighten that leg up into dancer. And I'm going to come up and stop there. Let's change sides. We're going to try different side now. So, step forward into warrior one, opposite side, big lunge. Back heel is lifted, arms pressed to the ceiling, palms are together. Just opening out through the hip, keeping my core nice and tight. Okay, let's open into warrior two. Turn that back foot. Hands are shoulder height, my hip is open, my front knee is bent. Turn the shoulders, slide that back hand and lift chin and chest to the ceiling. Stretching through the hip. And then tuck the hand in and over the top again. Keep long, so you're going from your heel all the way down. And then coming up and just stepping in. So we're going to try the warrior three on our opposite side, okay? So warrior three on this side. So again, we're just looking to lean forward from the hip. So other leg, leaning, now reaching out. Let's see if I'm wobbly on this side. Just holding that position, reaching out, and then stepping in. So this time, we're going to just lean, keeping the hands by the side. So my weight goes onto my standing leg, leaning forward, and just looking to hold that position. And slowly come back up again. So this time, we're going to extend one arm, and then we're going to look to bring the heel in. So we're going to go into that first stage of the dancer, okay? So going into this position here, one of my hands is out. I'm going to bring my heel in. I'm going to try and hold it there. I'm not doing a great job. Hold it there. Just trying to balance. Okay. Just trying to straighten that supporting leg and opening up. And we're just going to look to hold in that position. So this is the start of the dancer. So this opens out the hip. And then I'm going to bring it back in again. So this time, some of you will have mastered that really easily. Some of you will be like me, a little bit wobbly. So we're going to do it one more time. And it's just looking to introduce what you'll feel is it's a really good hip opener, but also it works on the balanced leg. So let's have another go. So leaning forward into that stretch. I'm going to bring my heel into my bum. And I'm going to try and stand up a bit taller and open out my leg without falling over. Hold it there. A bit better on this side. And then lower back down again and coming in. Okay, go to the back of your mat. That's kind of something new. We can keep working on that one. So let's just lower our knees down onto our heels and then just slowly walk the knees. And just sit back, stretching out the arch of the foot. Roll the shoulders back, bring the chest up. Nice long neck. Go forward into our 4-point position. Just hold it here. Make sure the toes are nice and long. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's pull up into that cat. So really open the spine, drop the head. Open the shoulder blades, pull up, belly button to spine. Take it all the way through into cow. So press. That bum up, lift the chest, and then through into cat. So pull it up nice and tall. Each individual vertebrae, just open it out. And then work it all the way through into cow. Final time, pulling it nice and high. And into cow. Okay. So just staying in this position here, go back into the 4 points, so the back is in neutral. We're just going to take that hand through and to thread the needle. Now, what I don't want you to do is just drop your head forward, okay? So we're going to press through, drop the shoulder to the floor, but turn the head, but keep it off the ground. So we're going to allow the shoulder to sink through, keeping the hips up, but don't allow that head to touch the ground. Just hold that position, opening up, and slowly come back up again. Change sides, so thread that hand through to take the shoulder down, turn the head, but don't allow that head just to flop onto the floor. So allow the weight to go onto the shoulder and coming back up. So this time, We're going to lift and open here, hold that position, and then thread all the way through. Don't allow that head to just hit the ground. Allow the shoulder to go down. Just turn the head to the side. Hips stay nice and high. And come back to our 4 point. Let's open out the chest, so we're turning through, reaching that hand, and then thread. Palm to ceiling, drop that shoulder down, elbow bends, but my head stays off the ground. My hips stay nice and high. And coming back up. Okay, I want you to just take your knees out so they're a little bit wider. Okay, so we're in this position here. We're going to go back into kind of a child's pose position, but your legs are going to be open. I just want you to sit back onto the heels and then just look to walk that chest through the middle, looking to really sink into the mat, take the full head all the way down and just open out so your legs are in that V position. Just hold there. I'm just going to come back up into our 4 point position. Okay, so we're going to go into the frog position. So you're going to take your legs out a bit wider this time, and you just turn the feet just into a comfortable position. And then from here, we're going to walk the elbows down, and then you're going to press back, but you're opening out through the hip, okay? So your legs are a bit wider, and you're pressing back into what's called a frog. So we're looking to open out the hips, but you've got your elbows onto the ground, and you should feel this stretch through the shoulders, but through your hip and thigh area, okay? It's a nice stretch, this one. Some of you will be able to get really far down. You'll be able to sink that bum down. Some of you will stay high like me. As you become more flexible through the hip, you'll be able to sink a bit lower. Really, really good for breaststrokers, this move. And then coming back up again, okay? So press back up into your 4 point position and just walk those knees in and bring them back in a line with each other, okay? So we're going to just sit back into normal child's pose. And we're going to go all the way through into upward facing dog. All the way through, allow the hips to sink, my arms are long, the neck is nice and loose. Let's push back into child's pose, forehead to mat, keep the arms long, and all the way through into upward facing dog. Again, allow the hips to sink. Some of you will get the hips all the way to the floor. Most of you will have them just hovering above. Just slowly lower the chest all the way down to the floor. Just allow the body slowly down and bring those knees together. Tuck the arms in, we're going to go into our cobra. So again, we're not looking to straighten the arms, we're looking to stretch out that lower back. So pushing up into cobra, my elbows stay close to my side, pushing up nice and tall or as high as we can. And then lower back down again. Just hold it there. Just relax everything off. Allow the neck to be long. Tuck those elbows in again. And then just press up into that mini cobra. And lower it back down again. Okay, from here, we're going to take the hands around behind and we're going to just look to grip them above our bum. Just allow everything to relax at the moment. We're going to go into locust, where we look to lift our legs or our ankles off the ground, but also our chest. So we're looking to pull up and pull back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're in that locust position. Everything is long, but my neck is loose. Everything off the ground, And then lower back nice and slowly. Just turn the head to one side. And then just turn the head to the opposite side. So I'm just stretching through the neck. My hands are still resting behind my back. Take the head back to the middle, and we're going to go back up into that locust. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, push the hips into the ground, lift the ankles up. Again, my neck is loose. I'm working on a whole body move. And then lower it nice and slowly down to the ground. Shoulders come in, and then release everything off. Arms go nice and wide, and we're just going to walk through the back. So we've done this one, looking to keep the shoulders on the ground, opening out and through. Rolling through, bring my knee back. Looking to go to the other side, just opening out my hip. Roll back through, and again. One side you'll probably find is a little bit more flexible than the other. Just opening out and through. And bring it back. Okay, bring the shoulders in. Tuck the toes under, and we're going to push up into downward facing dog. So press up and then bring those hips up. Nice and tall. Onto the balls of the feet, so heels are off. Let's walk the dog through. So just press down. Nice and slowly, change sides. Keep that head nice and long. Evenly placed weight through both of the hands and the shoulders. And hold it there. Okay, just lower down into a plank position. Just hold that position there nice and strong. Into that full plank. Press up again into that downward dog. And whilst you're here, just lift up into three-legged dogs. Take one leg up to the ceiling. I don't mind which one. Bring that knee in and plant the foot into a lunge. But you're going to stay in this position here. Okay, so hands are in front. And then we're just going to walk the hands backward. So we're going into a low lunge position, okay? So a high lunge with the hips, but the hands stay down, okay? So this is also known as a runner's lunge, but just a different way. And we're going to drop that back knee down and then lift the chest, okay? So here we're going to stretch out the hip flexor. So just bringing that arm up nice and high and then gripping on. We're going to lean into the bent knee. And release. Walk the hands either side and then just push that foot, drop back, and we're going to go into a hamstring. Just lift the toe up. This leg is straight. My hands at either side. Then we're just going to go all the way through. We're going to go into that deep lunge, okay? So the knee is on the ground at the moment, okay? So this is a form of lizard, but the knee is on the ground. Now, if you're comfortable and you've got power in your leg, no knee issues, from here you're going to lift the chest and the arms and just open out. Big stretch here. Just hold that position, nice and tall. Those of you who are not confident with this, you could just have your hands on the ground either side of the knee. Take the hands down, either side. Just press that back knee up, so we're just extending, nice and long. I'm going to walk back into my plank position. Now I'm going to push up into my downward dog. Lift those hips up. I'm just going to walk my feet in a bit. Change my position slightly so I don't kick the door. Up into my three-legged dog, so we're changing sides. Hold that position. Foot is flexed. And I'm bringing my knee in. I'm going to plant it onto the floor. And I'm just looking to have my hands either side. So it's a high lunge position. And I'm going to kneel down. I'm going to raise my chest. So we're on the opposite side this time. So just check. Hips are nice and square. Pushing up with that opposite arm onto the wrist, and we're leaning into the bent leg, okay? So we're stretching out the hip flexor, front of the thigh. And relax down, take the hands either side. I'm going to straighten that leg, lift my toes off. Hip stays nice and high. My hands at either side, so I'm stretching out my hamstring. And from here, we're going to go into that deeper stretch. So we're looking to open out the hip, my hands at either side of the knee. Excuse me. Now remember, you can stay in this position, but if you're feeling strong and you're confident, we're going to press up, lift the chest, and just look to increase the stretch. Working on that hip flexor, keeping the hands nice and high. Chest is lifted, but my neck is nice and loose. Hold that position there. I'm going to tuck my toe under. I'm going to bring that leg up. So again, just looking to increase the stretch again, bringing in my thigh even more. I'm looking to take that leg back into my plank position. Just lowering the knees down all the way, and I'm just going to turn over onto my back. So we're going to turn over, lying onto the floor, bring both my knees in. So I'm just stretching off my lower back. Bring the heels down. As your feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. Just place your hands either side and just make sure that you can try and touch your heels with your fingertips, okay? Legs are hip width apart, and we're going to press up into that bridge position. So opening out, tucking your hips under, opening out the hip flexor, holding that position. Weight is into the shoulders. And just slowly lower it back down again. Now this time as we go up, we're going to take the hands over the head. So press up and open out with the hands. Just extending. Lift those hips up. And lower back down again. Bring the hands in and bring the knees in. Take the hands out to the side, so in a wide position. Walk the knees, drop them over to one side. And then walk them back and roll them through the middle. Opposite side. And through. Take the hands through the knees, and we're going to go into our happy baby. So gripping onto the heels, pressing up. Flexing the feet, keeping those hips on the floor, okay? Now remember, if you're struggling with that, you can grip onto the toes, okay? Just hold that position there. So again, looking to open out those hips. We've given them a really good workout this morning, or stretch out this morning, should I say. Bring those heels in, and just relax there. You're going to press out that left side, so just lift that left side, just one leg, Keep the other leg in. And then bring that foot in and then press the other one out to the opposite side. Just opening out, just working both of the sides. So working the hamstrings, working the inner thigh. And down. Just lower the feet. And all we're going to do, we're going to go into our bound ankle. So you're going to allow the legs to drop out. So take the soles of the feet together. Just place your hands just on your stomach. I want you to just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, just let everything relax. And out. One more, breathe in. And out. Just take the hands over the head. I love the stretch. Be as long as you can. Open out the hips, allow the knees to drop. And just really be as long through the spine as you can. Again, just keep taking those nice deep breaths in. You'll have an arch in the back that will be lifted off the floor. And allow the hands just to relax. Bring those knees in and you're going to drop them over just to one side. And then you're going to push yourself up. So we come up to sitting. Just bring the feet round. We're just going to take one in front of the other. I bang my ankle so I can't get my knee down as far. Okay, press up nice and high. Lean across. And then press the other side, reach up nice and tall, over to the other side, and press away. Walk the feet forward, rock, press those hips up, and then bring that head all the way up, roll the shoulders back, hands to heart. We are done for this morning, guys. Well done, have a great Friday. I will see you tomorrow morning for our HIIT workout. I'll send out some more information about that tomorrow, but have a great Friday. Thanks for joining.